3 cars, all past 300,000 miles. Owners who did the maintenance and kept the receipts. 4 checkpoints on every one of them in the same order, judged by the same standard. And one of these 3 is carrying a repair bill north of $3,500 that its owner drove away without knowing about. Nobody here is selling a brand. These results get reported straight, even where they're inconvenient. We went looking for cars that made it past 300,000 miles, and then we went looking for everything anyone had documented about what was actually wrong with them. Published teardowns, service records, owner-reported repair invoices, and NHTSA complaint filings all went into the same pile. 4 checkpoints on every car, inside the engine, oil consumption between changes, timing chain and tensioner, and the transmission. One thing to say up front, because it matters. The Camry service history before 190,000 miles is a blank. We don't know who owned it or what they did with it. That gap is part of the finding, not something to hide. Every source behind the numbers in this video is listed in the pinned comment. Go check them. The Honda first, a 2015 Accord with a K-Series 4-cylinder, 307,000 miles. Checkpoint 1, inside the engine. With the valve cover off, the oil channels and cam surfaces came back open. No sludge, no dark buildup, normal wear, and nothing past it. Checkpoint 2, oil consumption between changes. Barely measurable. That means the rings and valve seals are still sealing, which is not something you get at this mileage by luck. Checkpoint 3, timing chain and tensioner. The chain had the slack you'd expect after 300,000 miles, and the tensioner was still holding. No rattle on a cold start. Checkpoint 4, the transmission. Fluid slightly darker than new but clean. No burnt smell, nothing in the pan. One find, a cracked passenger side motor mount, which showed up as a shake at idle. The owner had noticed the shake and never connected it to anything. $90 in parts, about $150 in labor. Call it $250 total. That is the entire list on a 300,000-mile Accord. The Toyota next, a 2014 Camry with the 2.5-liter, 311,000 miles. There's a real question hanging over this engine, and almost nobody asks it. The 2.5 replaced Toyota's older 2.4, and that older engine had an oil consumption problem serious enough that Toyota issued a warranty enhancement for it, extending coverage out to 10 years or 150,000 miles. Toyota paid to fix engines that were burning oil they shouldn't have been burning. So the question isn't whether Toyota builds reliable engines, it's whether the engine that replaced the problem actually solved it or just outran the warranty. Checkpoint 1, inside the engine. As clean as the Accord. Same open oil channels, same absence of sludge. Checkpoint 2, oil consumption, not measurable between changes. At 311,000 miles, that's the answer to the question. The replacement engine solved it. Checkpoint 3, timing chain and tensioner, normal for the mileage, tensioner holding, no cold start rattle. 2 finds. The transmission fluid ran darker than the Accords. No particles, no burnt smell, but somebody stretched the service intervals somewhere in that missing history. About $80 at an independent shop, and the spark plugs had never been changed against a 60,000-mile interval. $60 in parts, $100 in labor, $280 all in. Here's the line that matters. At 300,000 miles, maintained properly, these 2 are indistinguishable on these checkpoints. Take the badges off, put both engines on the same bench, and there is no way to tell you which one should outlast the other. The honest answer here is a tie. That's not a knock on either one. Both of them earned it. If that tie surprised you, it should. It runs against almost everything you hear about these 2 brands, and it's the answer the evidence gave. That's the whole reason this channel exists. Nobody here is selling either badge. If that's the kind of straight answer you want, subscribing is what keeps it coming. 2 cars, combined repair bill $530. That's where this stood halfway through. Now here's where it turns. The Nissan, a 2015 Altima with the Xtronic CVT, 305,000 miles. Give Nissan the credit it earned here because that's what makes the rest of this land. The engine passed. Checkpoints 1, 2, and 3 came back clean or close to it. Open oil channels, no sludge, oil consumption in a normal range for the mileage, timing chain and tensioner holding, and no cold start rattle. On the engine alone, This car belongs in the same conversation as the other two. You can breathe here for a second. The Nissan is not the villain yet, but Checkpoint 4 looks completely different on this car, and that's the whole point. It isn't running a conventional automatic, it's a CVT, and a CVT fails in a completely different way. Fluid condition, heat, and belt wear are the story, not piston rings and oil channels. That's where this stops being about engines and starts being about everything around them. The fluid was dark, and it carried a burnt smell, not the smell of old fluid, the smell of fluid that has been running hot for a long time. Under load, the car shuddered, what owners call judder, and describe as driving over rumble strips, hesitation on acceleration right when you need to merge or pass, and fine metallic material in the fluid, which on a CVT means the steel belt has been wearing against the pulleys. Here's the part that changes how you think about this. Nissan's CVT problems are in public court records, not forum rumor. Multiple class action settlements covering Altima, Sentra, Versa, Rogue, Pathfinder, Murano, and Maxima extended the CVT powertrain warranty from 60 months or 60,000 miles out to 84 months or 84,000 miles. Nissan admitted no wrongdoing and agreed to the extensions anyway. That window closed on this car roughly 220,000 miles ago. The help existed. It expired long before this owner needed it. And when a Jotco Xtronic CVT goes, there's generally no rebuild. It's a replacement unit. Owners commonly report $3,500 to $8,000 depending on model and shop. On a car worth a fraction of that, it's the bill that ends the car. Now, most owners are fine. These brands' reputations are genuinely earned, Nissan's engines included. This is about one transmission in one generation, not about every Nissan ever built. But you have probably been told a CVT is sealed for life and never needs service. That is the most expensive sentence in this video. Here's what this means for your car. If you drive a Honda, your engine is not your exposure. Motor mounts, transmission fluid service history, and valve cover gaskets that start seeping somewhere between 180 and 200,000 miles. That's your list. Cheap if you catch them early. Expensive every time you don't. If you drive a Toyota, your engine will outlast the maintenance schedule you were handed, plugs on interval, and fluid that actually gets changed. Lifetime fluid is the most expensive phrase in your owner's manual. If you drive a Nissan with a CVT, be careful here, because this is genuinely argued, and anyone who tells you it's simple is guessing. Most of these are sealed with no dipstick, so you can't check the fluid yourself even if you want to. That's not your fault. If your CVT already judders, a fluid change is not a repair. Get it diagnosed before anyone touches it. There are real owners who changed fluid on a worn CVT and had it start slipping right afterward. There are also mechanics who'll tell you the fluid was already failing and the service just revealed it. Both camps have cases. Nobody has a clean answer. If it doesn't judder and the fluid is overdue, a drain and fill, not a flush, is the lower risk path. And here's the thing that connects all three of these cars. Heat is what does the damage. Coolant that quit protecting, a tired water pump, a radiator packed with 15 years of road grime, that's what warps heads and blows head gaskets on the engine side, and it's what cooks transmission fluid on the other side. The Nissan didn't lose to a badge, it lost to heat. Checking your coolant costs you 5 minutes and no lift. The engine that took you to 300,000 miles is already proven. What you're maintaining is everything around it. So, drop your car, the year, and the mileage in the comments. A lot of people watching are sitting between 150 and 200,000 miles and want to know what's actually possible. Your numbers help them see it. And next up, what gets checked on every high-mileage Japanese car past 150,000 miles in the order those items actually turn into repair bills.